Now next we can take electronic configuration of ions. For ions we write configuration. So for writing anions configuration, you can use same rules which are used for filling of electrons in the atoms. Ions can be taken two types. One is anions. We write configuration like atoms. Write the electronic configuration like elements or atoms using same rules. But for cations, to write the electronic configuration of cations, first write electronic configuration of atom and then remove electron from outermost shell, meaning n highest will be called outermost shell. From that you remove the electrons. Now if I write to you one question, suppose given to you for writing electronic configuration of iron plus 2 ion and iron plus 3 ion. For the given cations and atom, how to write configuration? For iron, what is atomic number? 26. वो सेम ही रहेगा हर केस में. तो for iron atom, what is electronic configuration? 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s2, 3d6. It is the configuration of iron atom. Now from iron atom we write electronic configuration of iron plus 2 ion. For writing the electronic configuration of the cations, first write the configuration of atom. आपको लिखना पड़ेगा. Then select which is having highest value of n, 4. Which is outermost shell, then 4 become outermost shell. From 4s you remove electron first. What remains? 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, unchanged. Now from 4s we remove 2 electrons. 4s become 0. No need of writing. 3d6. Now remaining become 3d6. 4s will have 0 electron. From 4s it is outermost shell. You have to remove electron first. Don't say that in 3d we fill electron later. So from 3d we should remove electron first. No. Whichever orbit number have highest value of n, principal quantum number, from that you remove electron first. कितना इलेक्ट्रॉन आप निकालेंगे? Equal to positive charge on the atom. Now in iron plus 3 ion, तो यहाँ पे आएगा 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6 same रह गया. Now 4s have no electron more. So what happened now? Now from 3d they remove one more electron. From 3d they will remove electron. So what is remaining? 3d5. The total electron should be how much now? 23. 2 plus 2 plus 6 plus 2 plus 6 plus 5 you can add will be 23 electrons. So when we write electronic configuration of cations, from outermost shell remove electron first. If required from inner shells you can remove electron in the sequence of n. Okay, after 4s and 3d, and then we can write configuration of the ions. Now suppose they ask question, in each case for both the ions, can you find the value of mu s? What is mu s? It is called spin only magnetic moment. Find spin only magnetic moment. What is that? Mu s. What is mu s in each case? For writing mu s, we need to find the number of unpaired electrons. So what is unpaired electron in each case? For calculation of mu s we have formula root n into n plus 2 Bohr magneton, where n is number of unpaired electron. In 3d6 configuration, when you take 3d6, how you write 3d6? Hund's rule, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then pairing of one electron take place. So iron will have 3d6 configuration contain 4 unpaired electrons. In this case, they will have mu s value how much then here? n 4 हो गया, 4 into 6 root 24 Bohr magneton. If I write for iron plus 3 ion, what is mu s value? In 3d5, all the 5 electrons become unpaired. So they will have root कितना आएगा 5 into 5 plus 2 7 root 35 Bohr magneton become the value of mu s. What is mu s? Indicating the spin only magnetic moment will be how much? Root 24 Bohr magneton for chromium for iron plus 2 and iron plus 3 become root 35 Bohr magneton. So in this way, for ions or atoms, if we require electronic configuration, you can write, and if they require calculation of spin only magnetic moment, write the configuration, select the number of unpaired electrons, find the number of unpaired electrons, and then apply this formula. This formula will give you mu s, spin only magnetic moment of the ions or the atoms. Okay, let us take one question on this concept, calculation of mu s. Ions में anions एकदम simple होते हैं. In anions you add number of electron equal to negative charge, and then for writing anions configuration use same rules which are used as filling of electrons in the atoms. Charge negative extra we have to add for the electron number equal to negative charge. Okay, so let's take one question more on this calculation of mu s especially. आपको दिया है chromium atom and Cr plus 3 ion. आपको दो दिया है. For chromium Z is 24. आपको निकालना है दोनों केस में क्या है? In find number of unpaired electrons and mu s for the given species. So try this question yourself. Now let's come on solution part. बहुत easy question है. For chromium, how to write configuration? Atom we have discussed right now. 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s1, 3d5. It is exceptional electronic configuration. And for chromium plus 3 ion, how to write electronic configuration? 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6 same रहेगा. From 4s we remove electron first 1. From 3d remove 2 more electrons. What remains? 3d3. As a whole we remove 3 electrons from chromium atom. From 4s we remove first electron and 2 more from the 3d. So remaining is 3d3. So in each case you can find for chromium atom what is number of unpaired electrons? 6. What is value of mu s? By the relation root n into n plus 2, that is 48. Root 48 Bohr magneton. And for chromium plus 3 ion, it has how many unpaired electrons? 3d3 means 3 electron unpaired. So mu s can be taken how much? Root 15 Bohr magneton. It is how for the atoms or ions, anions or cations, we can write electronic configurations. I hope it is clear. Fine. We have given this topic first because in examination you get question more commonly on these concepts. Now next we will take quantum mechanical model or quantum mechanics. It is a bit difficult topic. Normally समझ में कम आता है बच्चों को, नहीं आता है, but even then don't worry much because in the examination the questions are not given much. Moreover, it is like that for all the students. It is like that कि quantum mechanics समझ में कम ही आता है. So I will try my best to give you in simplified manner quantum mechanics, even extraordinary questions, basic ideas. But have patience, listen 2 or 3 times, then try to understand कि क्या इसका मीनिंग है. और कुछ पॉइंट्स आपके आएंगे, आपको कुछ इक्वेशंस डायरेक्टली ध्यान रखने पड़ सकते हैं, तो आप उन इक्वेशन को डायरेक्टली याद कर लेंगे कुछ पॉइंट्स को, और कुछ ग्राफ आएंगे आपके, आप उनको देख लेंगे इसमें. Now before we take quantum mechanics, I will take one question and then we will move for next topic. Now let us take a question. You try this question. Question दिया है, find the, आप लोग क्वेश्चन निकलिए पहले, you write the table and question completely, then you try. Write the question first. Find the number of radial nodes, comma angular nodes, and total number of nodes for the given orbitals. Find the number of radial nodes, comma angular nodes, and total number of nodes for the given orbitals. You have got the orbital 3s, 4p, 5d, 5f, 6d and 4p. For these orbitals you do all the calculations, radial nodes, angular nodes and total number of nodes. So try this question yourself. Now let's come on solution part. To find this answer, we can say what is formula for number of radial nodes. Number of radial nodes is given by the expression n minus l minus 1, and number of angular nodes, this is also called nodal planes, is given by expression equal to L, and total number of nodes is given by the expression, दोनों ऐड कर लीजिए, n minus l minus 1 plus l कितना हो जाएगा, n minus 1. There are three basic expressions already given to these expressions earlier. Number of radial nodes, or also called them spherical nodes, is equal to n minus l minus 1. Number of angular nodes is equal to l, and total nodes, this plus this, become n minus 1. So for doing this question, it is applying this relations only. Like for 3s orbital, अब आपको ये पता होना चाहिए what is the value of L for S, P, D, F orbitals. L कितना होता है 0, 1, 2, 3. ये आपको याद होना चाहिए, फिर क्वेश्चन में कुछ भी सवाल नहीं है. तो for 3s orbital, what is number of radial nodes? 3. For L, 0 minus 1 is equal to how much? 2. What is angular nodes? L0, तो 0. Total 2 plus 0, 2. For 4p, n is 4, minus 1 for p orbitals, minus 1, 2. For p subshell, L is 1, so 1 means 1 angular node, total 3. For 5d, 5. For d orbital, L is 2, so 5 minus 2, minus 1, become 2. For d orbital, L is 2, the 2 plus 2, 4. For 5f, n is 5, f subshell, L is 3 minus 1, become 1. Subshell F will have angular nodes 3. So 3 means 3 plus 1, 4. For 6D, 6 minus 2 minus 1, 3. For D, L is 2, so 2. And then 2 plus 3, 5. For 4P, 4 minus 1 equal to 2. For then P, L is equal to 1. 2 plus 1 become 3. It is how we can find the value of total number of nodes or angular nodes. You get in examinations different entrance question commonly on calculation of number of nodes or nodal planes or total number of nodes. Okay, so that is about this topic taken till now. Next we will start quantum mechanics. In that topic, have patience, try to understand the things. I will try to make that thing simplified way. जितना आपको simple हो सकता है, I will try to do that one. Okay. Hello students. So now we are going to start your quantum mechanics or quantum mechanical model of atom. To start this quantum mechanical model, we can take a brief idea about the classical mechanics and quantum mechanics. कि ये होता क्या quantum mechanics है, या एक होता है classical mechanics, ये क्या होता है, दोनों में क्या differences हैं. बिकॉज हमारा क्वांटम मैकेनिक्स कहाँ बेस है, क्वांटम मैकेनिक्स या क्वांटम मैकेनिकल मॉडल ऑफ द एटम इज बेस्ड यूजिंग द क्वांटम मैकेनिक्स पोस्टुलेट्स. सो व्हाट वी हैव डिफरेंस, फर्स्ट कैन ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड. वन इज क्लासिकल मैकेनिक्स, सेकंड इज क्वांटम मैकेनिक्स. व्हाट इज क्लासिकल मैकेनिक्स? देखिए पहला क्लासिकल मैकेनिक्स, इट इज बेस्ड ऑन न्यूटन्स लॉज ऑफ मोशन. इट इज बेस्ड ऑन न्यूटन्स लॉज ऑफ मोशन. वी नो द बेसिक थ्री लॉज ऑफ न्यूटन्स, ऑन दैट इट इज बेस्ड. Whereas quantum mechanics is based on the Schrodinger wave equation. It is based on Schrodinger wave equation. When you take classical mechanics, in classical mechanics only particle nature of the matter is considered or the bodies is considered. Only particle nature of matter or bodies is considered. Whereas we take in quantum mechanics the dual nature, that is particle plus wave nature of the bodies or the matter is considered. If you just can recall Bohr model, it can be called in one way classical mechanics, because wave nature of electron was neglected. But we later on came to know de Broglie equation, Heisenberg principle. They told that electron have dual nature, and from the Heisenberg's principle that said it is not possible to determine the position of electron. So means we are using there this de Broglie equation as well as Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. We are using that for deriving the equation one called as Schrodinger equation, and where the dual nature of the particles or bodies is considered, like wave plus particle, both nature of the matter is considered. Next can be taken, it is valid for the macroscopic particles or bodies like planets or other rigid bodies which you can feel easily, we can see them easily. For them, macroscopic particles or bodies, for them we are studying this classical mechanics. While we take this quantum mechanics is valid for the microscopic particles like your electrons, protons, neutrons, atoms, molecules, in which they have definite wave-like nature. They possess a definite wave-like nature. For them we can apply this quantum mechanics, like it is valid for microscopic particles like electron, proton, neutron, atom, which can show dual behavior, which can show dual nature. For them it is applicable. Next point लिखते हैं इसमें, it is deterministic in nature or theory. This theory is deterministic in nature. Classical mechanics, इसका meaning क्या होता है? Something is finite. Suppose if I drop something from the top, it will go down. Sure है कि जाना इसको नीचे है. That is deterministic. Finite होता है, पता होता है ये सब होगा. But यहाँ पर क्या होता है? It is probabilistic in nature. This theory is probabilistic in nature. Means we talk about only probability. Nothing is finite. Suppose हम बोलते हैं एक दिन आपका clouds हैं, sky में बहुत सारे clouds हैं, तो क्या है? हम बोलते हैं there is high possibility or less possibility of rain. But rain होगा, इसका assurance नहीं होगा, गारंटी नहीं हो सकती है इसमें. Clouds हैं, rain होना गारंटी नहीं है, but rain हो सकता है. That is meaning probability is there or probabilistic theory. Clouds हैं, rain हो सकता है, probabilistic. अगर हमने ऊपर से कुछ नीचे ड्रॉप करेंगे तो नीचे गिरना ही उसको है. Finite, deterministic in nature. That is the basic idea of this. To start here with quantum and classical mechanics. Now to study this quantum mechanical model, the next point is taken. We are using this basic ideas. Probability term is used very frequently. Dual nature of particles or matters is taken into account. Using that dual nature, we can get one equation that is called Schrodinger wave equation. That equation we will see, and equations points we will use. Okay, so that is differences here. Now next can take quantum mechanical model. Start. Some postulates are there that we will study now. Now coming on this topic, quantum mechanical model. What quantum mechanical model can describe? You can take in simple way. It is a picture of the structure of atom. It is a picture of the structure of atom which emerges from the application of Schrodinger equation. From application of Schrodinger equation to atoms. This Schrodinger equation, when we apply it to atoms, equation होता क्या है? अभी आएंगे इस equation के ऊपर भी. But before we take this Schrodinger equation, we can take some features of the quantum mechanical model. इसमें कुछ point आपको यहाँ पे लिखे हुए हैं. जैसे आपका first point यह है, energy of an electron in an atom is quantized. Meaning क्या होता है? We have seen from Bohr postulate that the electron can occupy different orbits. For different orbit, what happens? Electrons can have definite energies. Electron cannot have energy anyone. Electron cannot have energy any value. Electron can possess certain fixed values. What is meaning quantized? Quantized means something fixed. Quantized means something fixed values. Okay, electrons can have some definite amount of energy when it occupy different orbitals. So energy of an electron is quantized. This quantized energy levels existence, it is a direct result of wave-like properties. As per this quantum mechanics that says that electron have fixed amount of energy, it is not because of it is occupying different orbits. It is because of wave-like nature. Electron behaving as wave-like. So when the electron is behaving in a wave-like manner, then it can possess some definite amount of energies. So the existence of quantized energy levels, that is, electron can possess certain fixed values of the energies, is a direct consequence or result of the wave-like properties of the electrons. It is a direct result of the wave-like properties of the electrons. I hope you got this point. Second point, so quantized, it is a proof for the wave-like properties further. Energy of electron is quantized or fixed values are allowed to electronic energies. It is a result of the wave-like properties. Next taken, we have discussed earlier Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. What that says, that both the exact position and momentum of electron cannot be determined accurately and simultaneously. Means in an atom we can never know the exact position and momentum of electron. Already explained to you why it is not possible, because the source of light, when they strike electrons, electron will change energy and momentum both. So what happens in that kind of case? We can say we are never certain, we are always uncertain, or we don't know the exact position and momentum of electron in an atom at any time. That is taken by this Heisenberg's uncertainty principle, that says it is not possible to determine the exact position and momentum of the electron in an atom. Okay, then we can take what is then atomic orbital. Atomic orbital is taken as a wave function. The atomic orbital is a wave function. Symbol taken for this wave function is psi. It is symbol taken for the wave function psi. It is pronounced as psi, P-S-I. Psi is silent. Psi is symbol for orbital. Psi is the symbol of orbital. So an atomic orbital is a wave function for an electron in an atom. When we say that the electron occupies that orbital, when we say that in an atom the electron is occupying that orbital, that means in that orbital electron have definite amount of energy, or we can take properties are there, shape, orientation, they are definite. So means when electron is occupying a given orbital, means the electron occupy that particular wave function in which energy of electron is there. And this information from the psi we can get about using quantum numbers. Next can be taken the probability. इसको अब 3 points आ रहे हैं. The probability of finding electron at a point within an atom is proportional to the square of the orbital wave function, we can write mod psi square. The probability of finding electron at a point within an atom is proportional to the square of the orbital wave function. Psi क्या है? Orbital wave function. What is that meaning? It is simply indicating one orbital. One value of psi will indicate one orbital, and this psi, mod psi square is called as probability density of the electron, and it is always positive. You know, okay, anything negative, that the waves, for the wave or orbital function we can give the sign positive or negative. When the wave is taken moving, then for a wave like manner, crust and trough, we can think of that way that sign can be negative or positive for the wave functions, but the sign is always positive for the probability. This mod psi square, it is pronounced as mod psi square, is called as probability density of finding electrons in a given space, and it is always positive. That is some basic features of this quantum mechanical model. To sum up, we can take here that electron can have fixed energies. It is the existence of fixed energy state is a consequence or result of the wave-like properties of the electron. Then you can take in an electron we never know the exact path, exact position and momentum of electron. Electron have dual nature, already explained. So using de Broglie equation and Heisenberg's uncertainty principle, which are taken as the core feature or incorporated in the quantum mechanical model. And then you can take psi is taken orbital wave function. Psi is taken orbital wave function, and this psi square is called as probability of finding electron densities. So it is normally called probability density, and it have sign always positive. So it is some basic introduction of quantum mechanical model. We are talking about again and again Schrodinger equation. What is Schrodinger equation? Let us see. let us take this Schrodinger equation as well now. See, I will give you equation derivation. It is not required for any examination derivation part, but you can have for our clearance कि हाँ ये equation आता कैसे है. आपका NCERT में equation दिया है in very brief. वो h cap psi is equal to e psi, उसका मीनिंग क्या होता है, तो उसको समझने के लिए आपको इक्वेशन में दूंगा. यहाँ पर डेरिवेशन आपको मैं करा दूंगा उस इक्वेशन का, बट आपको एग्जाम के लिए बहुत नीचे है इक्वेशन वाला, ठीक है ना. तो एक बार उसको देख लीजिए क्वेश्चन का डेरिवेशन कैसे करते हैं, ताकि थोड़ा सा आपको आइडिया और मे बी बेटर क्लियर हो सकता है इसके बारे में. नाउ कमिंग ऑन द श्रोडिंगर वेव इक्वेशन, बेसिकली वी हैव सीन अर्लियर दैट, और इनफैक्ट डी ब्रॉगली शोड दैट द इलेक्ट्रॉन पोजेस dual nature. It have electron have wave nature plus particle nature. We have a scientist named Erwin Schrodinger. He was an Austrian physicist in 1926. He said that if electron behaves as a wave, then there should be wave equation. If you just can recall the Bohr's postulate, Bohr's model, in that Bohr's model, electron was taken only as particle. Nothing said about the electron wave nature. Later on experiment proved that electron just does not have only particle nature but possess wave nature by the experiment of Davison and Germer, which showed the electron wave nature. So when we have seen that the electron have dual nature, it was given by de Broglie equation that lambda is equal to h upon mv, the expression we already seen earlier. So he was the scientist who said if electron is behaving like a wave, there should be a wave equation. We should be capable or able to describe the wave motion of the electron wave. We should be able to describe the wave motion of the electron wave. So there must be a wave equation which should be able to describe the wave motion of the electron. And further he told that if the electron is behaving like a wave, so all the classical mechanics equations which are used in the study of wave mechanics or wave motion, they should be also valid for the electron wave. So he proposed that since the electron behave as a wave, it should obey the same equations. It should obey the same equations of motion which all other waves obey. समझ आ रहा है नहीं आ रहा है? अगर वेव है तो उसका वेव इक्वेशन होना चाहिए. अगर साथ में वेव अगर इफेक्ट है, अगर वेव की तरफ वेव करता है, तो उसके लिए जो इक्वेशन हमारी और है वेव्स के लिए, वो भी इसके लिए वैलिड होनी चाहिए यहाँ पर. तो बेसिकली इट इज मिक्सचर ऑफ दिस क्वांटम मैकेनिक्स, इट इज मिक्सचर ऑफ वेव लाइक प्रॉपर्टीज फ्रॉम क्लासिकल मैकेनिक्स. जो जनरल वेव के होता है उसको हम मिक्स करते हैं कहां पर, इन द एटॉमिक मॉडल्स. सो दैट इज पार्टिकल नेचर, दैट इज डुअल नेचर. इसमें क्या होता है, ऑन दिस बेसिस ही डिराइव्ड एन इक्वेशन, मींस यूजिंग दिस पोस्टुलेट ही डिराइव्ड एन इक्वेशन which describe the wave motion of electron wave propagating in 3 dimensions. 3 dimensions can be taken x, y, z in space using some points. Now for this theory, what is essential feature is the incorporation of the de Broglie equation. आप इसको लिख लो पॉइंट को है. The essential feature is the incorporation of de Broglie equation in general classical mechanics. And then equation is derived. Okay, let us come on next point. Now let us take for this equation derivation. Basically this equation can be taken as the wave equation for a moving particle. It is a wave equation for a moving particle. Means we are deriving equation for electron or the other particles. Now this equation basically can be taken as double differential equation for the orbital wave function psi. कैसे आता है इसको हम आपको डेरिवेशन शो कर रहे हैं यहाँ पर, इसको एक बार देख लेंगे प्रॉपर्ली आप लोग. पहला क्या है, द वेव इक्वेशन फॉर स्टेशनरी वेव which is associating with the particle is given by this expression. Psi is the wave function is equal to psi naught sine 2 pi nu t, where psi naught is the amplitude at the point considered. It does not depend on the time. क्या लिखा है, it is independent of the t, but a function of x, y, z. What are x, y, z? They are the space coordinates function of x, y, z space coordinates, and frequency. What is this term? Nu. Nu is frequency. It is a function of x, y, z space coordinates and the frequency. Now, if it is taken in classical mechanics, in general classical mechanics, what the wave equation? So the differential equation for the wave motion can be written in the classical way as this. It is pronounced as del square psi by del t square. U is the velocity. Del square psi by del x square. Del square psi by del y square. Del square psi upon del z square. This can be written as u square common. Del square psi. It is pronounced as del squared. It is pronounced as del squared. ठीक है ना, इसको कैसे बोलते हैं? Del squared. It can be taken one operator. This del square is taken mathematical operator. It is named as Laplacian operator. When you just relate the two expressions, this term del square by del x square plus del square by del y square plus del square by del z square is given by the term del squared. Triangle shape बना ली इसमें del simple del squared. It is pronounced as del squared. So this is one equation number 2. Del square psi by del t square is equal to u square del squared psi. It is the wave equation in general classical mechanics. It is double differential equation for the wave function psi. Now we will take equation number 1. We will take twice differentiation, and then by incorporation of de Broglie equation, then we again compare with this equation number 2 in the classical mechanics. Then we can get the equation what we can call as the Schrodinger wave equation. So let us see this equation further. Now let us continue derivation. In this derivation part, we have taken equation number 1. It was psi is equal to psi naught sine 2 pi nu t. Differentiating this equation 1 with respect to time, what we get here equation del square psi by del t is del psi by del t is equal to psi naught is constant, taking out number 2 pi nu out cos 2 pi nu t. Differentiating again, basically Schrodinger equation is a double differential equation for the wave function psi. So again differentiating, we get del square psi by del t square is equal to again number out, and then it become sine 2 pi nu t del psi naught 4 pi square u square sine 2 pi nu t. Equation number 4. Now this expression we can write this term taken psi naught sine 2 pi nu t can be taken as only psi. So this equation we can rewrite in this form, equation number 5. And then we further know what is frequency for the we can take waves. It is taken velocity of the wave by the wavelength, or velocity can be taken nu lambda. So in the equation taken here, we can replace the term frequency is equal to how much? Nu by velocity by lambda. Frequency कितना आपका आएगा? Velocity by lambda. तो nu square means u square by lambda square. Equation number 6. Now when we compare equation number 2, we have taken in classical mechanics. वहाँ पे क्या था? Del square psi by del t square is equal to u square del square psi. Equation number 2. It is equation number 6. This part becomes same. This part we can equate. On equating the two parts, we can say u square will cancel out on both sides. What remains? Del square psi plus 4 pi square by lambda square psi is equal to 0. Expression number 7. So it is taken del square psi plus, we can replace this equation lambda equal to how much? H upon mu. Since lambda is equal to h upon mu from de Broglie equation, so we can replace term lambda equal to h square. Lambda square है ना, तो replace lambda square by h square by m square u square in this equation number 7. So it is equation number 8 we can write here, and then you can continue derivation further. थोड़ा बड़ा derivation है, have patience, we are going to end now. Now from equation 8 we can rewrite in one more form. If it is taken for the electron, what is total energy E is equal to kinetic energy plus potential energy. What is kinetic energy? I can write as half mu square, and potential energy can be taken as capital V. When we add both expression, E is the total energy of particle, half mu square plus V, or mu square will be how much? 2E minus V. Then multiplying by m on both sides, we can write m square u square is equal to 2m E minus V, expression number 9. And then when we compare equation taken 8 earlier and 9, we replace the term m square u square by this term 2m E minus V. So what expression we can obtain here? Del square psi plus 8 pi square m E minus V upon h square psi is equal to 0. It is commonly written one form of the Schrodinger equation. In the equation, del square is already seen. Laplacian operator for psi, it is indicative of double differential function, and then m is the mass of electron. E in the equation taken is the total energy of the electron, and V is taken the particle or electron's potential energy. H is Planck's constant. Psi is the wave function. So this is one form of writing Schrodinger equation. Now this equation you can write in other form. How to write in other form? By multiplying on both sides by this term minus h square 8 pi square m. H square 8 pi square m, negative is multiplying on both sides. So what we can write equation from 10th? We can write here minus h square 8 pi square m del square psi minus E minus V psi is equal to 0. This term is cancelling out, sign का minus E minus psi E minus V psi is equal to 0, and then we can write this equation again minus E psi plus V psi is equal to 0, or E taking right side, and now this expression we can write in this form. This equation can be written in this form. So we can take this expression can rewrite here in this form: minus h square 8 pi square m del square plus V taken common, then psi common, and is equal to E psi. When we see this expression, this is a complete function. We can write as h cap psi. This term h cap is called as Hamiltonian operator. Hamiltonian operator. This is called Hamiltonian operator. It have two components, two parts. If you take this expression clearly, in this expression, what is E? E is the electron total energy. E is the electron total energy. So these are two components. This part taken here, there are two components in the expression. This part can indicate the electron's potential energy part, and this part indicates the kinetic energy part of the electron. This V is taken the potential energy part of the electron in the H. So H cap is taken. It consists of two components, two parts. One is taken kinetic energy part, and second taken is potential energy part V. Okay. So in NCERT you are only this equation given to you. ये कहाँ से आता है, इसमें क्या क्या होता है, इस पर में कुछ बोला नहीं है. तो anyway आप देख सकते हैं इसमें यहाँ पे H cap psi is equal to E psi is one more form of the Schrodinger equation. In your NCERT this is the equation given only, but कैसे आया, इसका डेरिवेशन, इसमें क्या क्या होता है और कहाँ से आता है, ये आपके और फॉर्म से यहाँ इक्वेशन के we can see them one elaborately. Derivation part is not important for your examinations. You just can see the last equation. इसमें क्या क्या होता है, आप यहाँ पे देखें दो चीजें आपको दिखती हैं कि यहाँ पर दो कंपोनेंट है इसके अंदर. E क्या है? E is the total energy function of the electron, and H should be same here. Then in the total energy function, what we can have? They can have kinetic energy component, and second can be taken potential energy component in the entire expression of this function H. So it is taken Schrodinger equation. Now the equation taken here, when we taken this Schrodinger wave equation, the equation being double differential. So we can have infinite number of solutions for psi or the wave function possible. आप लिख लो इसको, राइट डाउन, आगे लिखिए. since the equation being double differential, infinite number of solutions for the wave function psi are possible. Infinite number of solutions for the wave function psi are possible, but all solutions are not acceptable. Full stop. Only few solutions for psi are acceptable or allowed. Only few solutions of psi are acceptable or allowed which can obey the following conditions. देखिए आपने ऑलरेडी देखा है कि इक्वेशन क्या है. इट कैन बी बेसिकली टेकन एज डबल differential equation for the wave function psi. So equation have so many components, so we can have a large number of solutions for psi possible, and out of so many solutions possible, all solutions for psi are not acceptable. Only few solutions for psi are acceptable, and for the solution to be acceptable or allowed, we have some conditions, and the solution for psi which are acceptable, they describe the orbitals. Okay, so let's take the first conditions, then continue.